This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Since its invention, the TV has been just that, a TV. But what if it could be something more? Meet Samsung Vision AI. Whether it's upscaling classic content to look brand new or translating an English broadcast subtitles to Spanish in real time, Samsung Vision AI helps you get more from TV than you ever thought possible. Experience Samsung Vision AI and get a music frame on Samsung with a qualifying 2025 TV and audio purchase. Visit Samsung.com to learn more. Valid 4/16 to 5/4 on qualifying 2025 Neo QLED OLED and the frame TVs with Vision AI while supplies last. See Samsung.com for terms and conditions. Vision AI features vary by model. Upscaling utilizes AI-based formulas and results may vary based on source content. Translation accuracy not guaranteed.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality? High quality and immersive sound? A sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper? A woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver. If you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. Choose from hundreds of social casino style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
This is Beaverville. Come on in.
It's Bob here. I got a question.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Listen up. The ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Yeah. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that is good news.
Well, good morning. And welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. It is the 25th day of April 2025, and my name is Chris Hockey, and it's Friday, and here we go. NFL Draft, we got a new Viking. Minnesota Wild, we got another win. We got lots to get to. Let's get her started. Here's Sam Morrell, the Power Trip Morning Show with some comedy on a Friday morning. Come on in now. I am glad you are here.
I was trying to bring a girl home from a bar the other night, and she said, I'd invite you over, but my place is kind of messy. And I was like, yeah, that's not a deterrent. At 3:30 in the morning. I can't imagine walking into her apartment and being like, absolutely not. If you fold these sheets, we could talk, but without a duvet cover, not happening. Of course your place is a mess. If you're willing to have sex with me, I'm going to assume your whole life is in shambles. So I just dropped my iPhone in the toilet. Have you ever done that? It's horrible. I would almost rather lose a loved one than my phone. Not my mom or dad, but aunt, uncle, no question. I love my grandpa. I didn't check him every 30 seconds. How cool would it be if when your grandpa died if they gave you an upgrade? A better old dude? They just hand him to you like he's just like your grandpa, but he doesn't say the N-word. I'd be like, wow, that's an upgrade. Does he still say Oriental? They're like, yeah, we couldn't fix everything. It's the Grandpa 13, not the Pro. So.
April 25th of 2025, the first round of the NFL Draft in the rearview mirror. Donovan Jackson of the Ohio State Buckeyes is a Minnesota Viking. My name is Corey Coe. That is Chris Hockey. That is Paul Meat Sauce Lambert. There is the gentleman, John Kriesel. Good morning.
Hi, Corliss.
Hi.
How are you?
Offensive line. That's the way they went. That's what a lot of us were thinking. That wasn't necessarily the name most of us were thinking. The other two guys that we were talking about went before the Vikings. Donovan Jackson's the pick. Sauce, this is your Super Bowl. Your thoughts?
I think it's a good pick. I think it just showed how bad their offensive line was and how their offensive line, along with some of the things that Sam Darnold did, cost them their season, especially in that Detroit game and then even more in the Rams game. That was hideous. And they have spent a ton of money and high-end draft quality to fix this offensive line. Donovan Jackson played mostly left guard. When Josh Simmons got hurt late in Ohio State's season, he flipped out to left tackle. He is a 95% left guard. He can play left tackle, obviously, and I would bet if they needed him to play it, if they had, a rash of injuries, he could play left guard. Or if Darrisaw's not ready. Or if Darrisaw's not ready, he could play. I think it's a really good pick, man. I loved it. I think this is what they needed, was an offensive line. They brought in a new center. They paid a ton of money for a right guard, and now they have a very, very good offensive line. One of the best on paper offensive lines they've had in years, and that is a huge plus. So I love that.
Do they play on paper, though?
No, they do not. They play on Sundays, Thursdays, Mondays, and sometimes Fridays, and maybe on a Wednesday.
And sometimes Saturdays.
Yeah,
Saturdays. Right there
Tuesdays.
That was 200 times more draft coverage about the Vikings pick right there than ESPN had last night.
They did skate over us so quickly.
Bad. They said nothing about them.
It was, they moved on so fast.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah,
ESPN is so freaking bad now.
Yeah, because there was a trade after us. And they moved on to that trade speculation and discussion so quickly.
They were hard as a rock because they thought that was going to be Shedeur.
Sanders.
I'm so glad that he didn't get picked. He's annoying, but the worst part of it, ESPN gets to talk about it all day again.
It was a weird draft because I love ESPN. I love the ESPN's NFL draft coverage. I've always loved it.
You love Wiener.
I love Wiener.
Lamp.
I love
thick,
Lamp.
Veiny ones.
Thick veiny ones. And last night was the worst it's ever been. It was unwatchable. Just
in what ways?
Just every chance they had, they would bring up and Mel Kiper would whine.
He's long gone.
Why
awful now.
Shedeur Sanders hasn't been taken. When Jackson Dart got taken, and it's Jackson Dart's moment. This is a huge moment. Go back and watch it. Shedeur's, all Mel Kiper talked about was how he doesn't understand why it wasn't Shedeur Sanders and spent all of the highlight package talking about Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders might be a great player, but wasn't going to go in the first round. And every pick, they brought him up. And it just got unbelievably, they didn't focus on what was happening in front of them.
It sucks to take Jackson Dart's moment by talking about Shedeur Sanders, but the only thing I'll defend Mel on, if you do your evaluation, and that's your job, and you think Sanders is the best player in the draft, right? And he
best quarterback.
Yeah, but he's basically said it was his number one prospect, right? Didn't he
Travis
say
Hunter was?
Was?
Yeah.
All right, but I
get what you mean. Yeah.
If you're basically saying Sanders is the guy, and then there goes Cam Ward, and there goes Jackson Dart, and you're going, I don't understand what's happening. Why are all these teams with quarterback needs passing on Sanders? That's your job, is to evaluate talent and say, my opinion is Sanders is the best. And I think after Jackson Dart got picked, he flat out said, he goes, I'm paraphrasing, but it was something like, I'm going to keep saying this until I'm proven wrong, but they're making a huge mistake passing on Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
So 5 years from now, if Sanders sucks, Mel's going to see this clip for the rest of his life that he basically screamed Shedeur for the entire first round. But that's his job. His job is to have a strong opinion, and he thinks Sanders was the best quarterback.
Yeah.
So they were acting like it was Aaron Rodgers getting passed up, though. That was.
Well, maybe it is.
Yeah, it could be.
There were moments though that were great. I love that Jacksonville swung and got all the way up there to the second pick and took Travis Hunter, who I think is going to be an unbelievable player. The draft itself was great. There was some. I think it was very chalky. I think it was basically, as you said yesterday, Cord, during our draft, that it was we picked almost every
player that was favored to go in that position.
Until McMillan.
Yeah.
That was the first wild card last night.
Right. And then I just thought that I did not see Tyler Booker going 12 to the Cowboys and then Zabel go 18 to the Seahawks.
I tried to tell you about Zabel.
Yeah, you were right about that.
You did.
Yeah.
It was It was the perfect draft to have during a wild ass kicking because there was nothing crazy going on. The draft coverage itself was terrible. So it was nice to have just kind of going in the background while we watched our hockey team just throw the boots.
Throttle again. 5-2 again.
Yeah.
However, the previous two series or playoff series they've had, they were up 2 games to 1.
Look at Kriesel.
ESPN's got the the wrong. Look at this. They got the bracket up, the NHL bracket. They got Vegas with 2 wins, Minnesota with 1. They can't even get the bracket right. Look,
they suck.
That's your station.
Yeah.
You love ESPN.
You just said it a couple minutes ago.
I do. They're falling apart.
I love it. They look good, man.
Yeah, they do.
They are good.
Goldie and Kirill are unstoppable right now.
And Gus.
Mayor Goldie Kirill.
He's going to be mayor.
Yeah.
Gus was like that brick wall behind you last night.
No, he was good.
He was.
Brilliant.
I love it.
Oh, come on now.
It's distracting.
Yeah.
I've just been staring at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Roger Waters came up with that, right?
Yeah. Just picture every 80s hair band's album cover.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah.
I like it.
The only thing, it should have been like KFAN in graffiti type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably will be at some point.
You guys wait. You just wait. There's a couple stand-up comedy sets today in there. I'm super excited.
I love this frosted glass, though.
That is cool.
I'd take a frosted glass full of beer right now with a side of Jaeger.
Talk dirty to me.
Some dirty stripper girls hanging around. Not necessarily taking their clothes off, but just threatening to maybe do it. Is it just me? All right, everybody be cool.
No.
Hey, you know what looked super fun? The draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh, my
Can
God.
you believe how many people were there, though?
Yeah.
Balls.
There were
nothing
so many
else.
people.
Did you see the Cam Ward clip?
I didn't see a damned thing.
Dude, there's a clip of Cam Ward before the draft. He's walking around and he basically like, there ain't S to do here. I can't wait to get drafted and get out of here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And he knew it wasn't them taking him.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, exactly.
One of my friends that lives out there was sending to our group text. He's like, this is amazing because he's lived out there his whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is like the greatest thing that's ever happened. He's like, look at this. It's unbelievable. And I'm like, that's a Halvy on Tuesday for us here. Like, no big deal, dude. Chill out. So I was like, yeah, it looks great, man. Awesome. It looked boring as hell.
Did it really? Because, man, I saw a couple of still shots of it. That's a lot of people for that tiny team.
It was
It's
packed.
unreal.
Chris, imagine standing there.
I can't.
No thanks.
For hours. Although it did seem like it was going quicker. Not many teams were letting it get to 0 before.
Sure.
Or trades.
Man.
There weren't a lot of trades in the middle of it.
I mean, the traffic must have been a nightmare.
Yeah, because
And they're all
There's 2 roads in,
That's
man.
it.
That's it. There's 2 roads in and 2 roads out.
Yep, Lambeau and Lombardi or whatever.
That's
it's
it,
called.
right, man?
Think of all the people just standing there and pissing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like if you're in the middle of it,
You're always just imagining people pissing.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Sick bastard.
Yeah, but think about it. Like, the Biffies are way over there.
Yeah.
I'll just go here, right?
No big deal.
You're right in your pants.
I mean, they go in the sinks at that stadium.
Just a cheese curd piss.
Just a stanky.
So
piss.
hot.
How about for the first time in a couple of decades, the Packers finally take a wide receiver in round 1.
Yeah.
Pretty cool moment for Matthew Golden, right? Because it's a giant crowd of Packer fans chanting "Go Pack Go." But then, for whatever reason, the NFL set up Lumen Industries from Severance, and anytime somebody got picked, they had to walk the halls for 46 minutes to get to the stage.
Brilliant.
So Matthew Golden's in the green room. He gets picked. The crowd's going nuts. And it was truly like a rat in a cage trying to find his way out of a maze. It took so long for that son of a bitch to get to the stage.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is stealing the moment. It should be a 20-second walk. Honestly, what does it take? Like 90 seconds?
Yeah, it was a long time.
It takes so long to get through that hallway.
Appleton.
Come
the
on,
green room
man.
was in Appleton. Or the Dells.
I tell you what, man.
Here was Field Yates's tweet last night, 7 hours ago. Donovan Jackson to the Vikings just might be my favorite pick of the night. By the end of last season, He put on elite tape at both guard and left tackle, an extremely dependable, selfless player. He's tough, rugged, and athletic. Excellent football player.
Man, I like the word rugged.
Field Yates gets it, too.
Field
I like
Yates
him.
Wales.
We'll find out what .com Tom says about 15 after that. He was going to be sitting somewhere, but it looks like he'd probably be in a car with us. So you guys got to remind me. I have to call him at 6:15. So please remind me.
I got a lot of questions for him.
I bet you do. Like, why is the sky blue? Have you ever paid to have a chickpea on your face?
Wow. Yeah.
Could have had it done for free at the draft.
Why does Hockey have sores on his privates?
Not a female urinating, an actual chickpea.
Yeah, what'd you think about?
Yeah, clean it up, right?
What's the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea?
What?
I've never paid $20 for a garbanzo bean on my face.
Brilliant.
On that note, speaking of urinating on your face, Paul, I think this segment has been fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. It's brought to you by my amazing friends at Gutter Helmet and GutterHelmetMN.com. Never clean your gutters again. Don't waste a Saturday afternoon cleaning out your gutters. If you have Gutter Helmet and GutterHelmetMN.com.
Don't smell like a turtle cage.
That was wonderful.
Think about it. If you have Gutter Helmet, you don't have to waste your entire Saturday dealing with cleaning out gutters. You got plenty of time to pee on somebody.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Right, take one thing off your plate. Well, but it could if you want to.
Depends on how hydrated you are.
Yeah, drink a lot of water, man.
2 birds, 1 face.
Yeah, great point.
Great video.
Yeah. Whoa. Your mic's on.
Yeah, he knows. He ain't scared.
Nope.
There ain't S to do here. I can't wait to get drafted and get the bleep out of here.
So good.
I do like the Green Bay area, but it's not for this kind of thing.
There's nothing to do.
Nothing.
There's a hoe chunk on every corner, brother. There really is, man.
Listen to the Hawks.
There's a hoe chunk and a chunky hoe.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I believe a couple days ago you would have called her healthy.
I probably would have.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but then she got diagnosis.
Or my dad always called them thankful.
Yeah, thankful.
Oh, I like that even
They
better.
were always more thankful.
Yeah.
They were. He would say that they were more enthusiastic.
Dude, he spoke the Bible.
Yeah, he might be your dad as well.
Sure did.
It's a chance. It's a real chance.
There's a decent chance.
So, .com Tom in about a half an hour to break down the NFL draft and specifically the Viking selection of Donovan Jackson, a guard out of Ohio State.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson.
Kriesel is here, but Marnie Gellner later, Mark Parrish later. Initials at 8:15 with $89,500. More than Paige Beckers will make in the WNBA in her rookie year if you just win the St. Paul Federal Credit Union initials jackpot at 8:15. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Spring into savings during Blinds.com's Spring Black Friday sale, happening now. Freshen up your home with brand new custom window treatments for less. At Blinds.com, shopping online for custom window treatments doesn't mean sacrificing on service, selection, or style. As the #1 online retailer of custom window treatments, Blinds.com has hundreds of options to fit any decor and budget. Choose from stylish roller or bamboo shades, blackout options, and more. We even have motorized shades for your patio, DIY, or let our experts handle the heavy lifting. Blinds.com has you covered with free virtual consultations. We'll even send a pro to do the measure and install. Try before you buy with free samples delivered to your door. With over 25 million windows covered, every order's backed with Blinds.com's 100% satisfaction guarantee. Shop Blinds.com's Spring Black Friday sale now for up to 50% off site-wide, plus a free professional measure. Save up to 50% at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality? High quality and immersive sound? A sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on what your kids are spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely. And parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/iHeart.
Since its invention, the TV has been just that, a TV. But what if it could be something more? Meet Samsung Vision AI. It makes your old favorites look picture perfect with AI upscaling for optimal clarity. Watching the game with a bilingual crowd? Your TV can translate English broadcast subtitles to Spanish live. Or maybe you're watching Samsung TV Plus and you're wondering who that actor is. Samsung Vision AI already knows and even recommends you more content to watch. With Samsung Vision AI, you get more from your TV than you ever thought possible. It starts to make you question, can you even call it a TV at all? Experience Samsung Vision AI today and get a music frame on Samsung with a qualifying 2025 TV and audio purchase. Visit Samsung.com to learn more. Valid 4/16 to 5/4 on qualifying 2025 Neo QLED OLED and the frame TVs with Vision AI while supplies last. See Samsung.com for terms and conditions. Vision AI features vary by model. Upscaling utilizes AI-based formulas and results may vary based on source content. Translation accuracy not guaranteed. Click to search is on certain models only.
Tech.
Wild fans, the playoffs are calling. Get your tickets now for games 3 and 4. Secure your tickets at wild.com/hockey tickets. In fact, probably too late for game 3, but you can still get your tickets for game 4.
You know what, dude? I bet you can get a good ticket for game 3 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dirt cheap.
I didn't even know Zachary was back there.
Sure, he's back there.
Oh, yeah. We streaming all day again today thanks to Heating and Cooling 2, heatcool2.com.
The sequel.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Are we
We're on
streaming
camera
now?
right now as we speak.
So they can see this brick wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Yep, that's right.
You're beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
I didn't think I should have probably told you while you were showing us how you do helicopters in there.
Yeah.
I should have told you we were on camera. I apologize.
Yeah, thanks for knocking over
Good
my
thing I
coffee,
didn't show
too.
the nutscape.
Well, I know. I like that picture.
Wow.
I do. I don't know what it is. Makes me think of summertime and
Yeah. It's right around the
chewing gum.
corner.
I accidentally sent that in a group text with Paul's wife also.
And she goes, "Are those nuts?"
And then I panicked and said, I don't know.
I was like,
They are.
yeah.
That's funny.
Because you can make a sticker if you hold down on
if
a
it's hot
picture.
outside.
And
What a great line.
if you hold down on a picture on your iPhone, it will glow and it says, and then add sticker. So that one thing then becomes a way you can respond to text. So now I just respond to text with a scrotum now.
Interesting.
Good idea. That's a good idea.
It's funny.
It's a good idea. Hey, Zacho,
Yes, sir.
how was it last night?
Really, really fun, man. That was playoff hockey is just the best. There's nothing like it. The X is about as loud as I've ever heard it, and really helped that team to a great. I mean, just awesome victory. You said it, Kriesel. I mean, that was fun. That was fun. There's certainly still plenty of work to be done, and they will work on that for sure coming up Saturday afternoon. But man, to have a series lead in a series that I don't think anybody, I know for a fact, nobody gave them a shot, to have them in a position like this, that was really fun. It was really cool, and I can't wait for Saturday.
And they are now the Vegas favorites to win the
Really?
series.
What's the odds now?
Slight favorites, but they are minus 125 to win the series on DraftKings. Vegas Golden Knights at plus 105. So the Wild, slight favorites to take this thing down. Let's go.
That's solid value on Vegas, though.
Yeah.
Basically even money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you think they're going to come back and do it, to get even money on a team that was, I think, minus 450.
Well,
Wasn't that the number pre-series?
Yeah.
I think the
I
Vegas
think
Knights
that's-
were minus 450 and the Wild were something like plus 350.
And Russo said he liked them to get to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Vegas?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm definitely not an X's and O hockey guy, so I can't pretend to be. But to see in game one where they hung in there, and that could have been, because it was so frustrating. They gave it their all, didn't win, and then just to come back like this and just completely outplay a fantastic team, it's been a blast to watch. But even with the elite, playoff hockey is so freaking stressful.
It's the best, man.
I love it.
really is.
Yeah.
And Zachary, maybe you know the number. I don't know the exact number, but when Kirill and Eriksson Ek have played this year, it's something like we've lost 2 or 3 games all year.
Wow.
Like it's their winning percentage when both of them play and both of them are healthy is astronomically high. So this is one of those. I don't think Vegas was thrilled with their draw when they realized we were
Correct.
healthy.
Yes.
Right? They caught us at the wrong time, but still, we had to gel quickly being healthy, and so far, the Wild are doing that. up 2-1, Zach.
Yeah, and I caught a lot of heat throughout the year when we talked about this because
Sure did, man.
Yeah, you did.
I apologize.
And I would even say from Parrish too, where it was like, I get the next man up mentality, and you can't let injuries get to you, blah 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 blah. But like the injuries that the Wild had were to key players.
Yeah.
That it's very, very difficult to overcome. It'd be like losing a quarterback and a star wide receiver.
How dare you say that? Take it back.
Cornerbacks and all that. I mean, it was a very different situation for the Wild this year. And we're starting to see the team that we saw at the beginning of the year that you mentioned, Corey, that couldn't lose, that was the top of the league, and they're finally back, and everybody's getting healthy and fun.
And I have to say, I'm sorry, John, but I want to apologize for Mark Kriesel called you a dumb son of a bitch live on the radio.
Yeah, Mark Kriesel was never nice to me.
I'm sorry, I'm all thrown off. I'm trying to eat last night's dinner at the Chain House and Dinner Theater, and I can't find any ketchup. Chicken strip, one chicken strip.
Dry.
And some
From
fries.
last night? That can't be good.
It was okay.
That can't be good.
I didn't have time to eat it before the show.
Yeah. Zach, so the concern with them coming back so late in the season from the injuries was that it was going to take a while for them to get back up to speed. To you, does it look like they are almost at 100% now?
Yeah, I mean, there's still I think Kirill's got a tiny bit more way to go. There's a little bit of his game that I think he's still getting back, and same thing with Eriksson Ek. I know it was a big gamble for Bill Guerin because he could have shut one of those guys or even both those guys down and gotten some help at the trade deadline, and he chose to not do that and allow them to have some action before the playoffs, and that is paying dividends clearly. And it was barely a great decision because they didn't make the playoffs until 20 seconds left in the season. Right. So certainly a risky gamble, but it's paying off for Bill Guerin and the Wild. And like I said, Kirill, I mean, he's a couple goals last night, unbelievable. And one of them was literally just off his chest, thanks to unbelievable play by Ryan Hartman at the end of the period. Looked up at the clock, saw there was like 3 seconds left, just fired it at the net. It goes off at Kirill and goes in. So, a lot of positives. There's certainly some concerns because, as you mentioned, Kriesel, they did, they were hanging on for a lot of the game again. So that, they've been able to weather these storms, thanks to the help of Gustafsson, who's played unbelievable, just unbelievable. He gave up that first goal that he probably wouldn't have wanted to give up, but bounced back. Marc-Andre Fleury and the TV timeout like a minute later calmed him down, got him reset on the bench, and man, he was phenomenal the rest of the way. So this is really
fun.
Really fun.
It's so fun. Have you ever seen a skate blow up like that when Kaprizov got hit with the puck? I've never seen that before. The blade just goes flying.
For those who didn't see it, Kaprizov blocked a shot with his skate, and the skate blade popped out and went flying. And poor Kaprizov then doesn't have a skate blade and has to, fight his way to the bench. Thankfully, there was a whistle later on. But, again, it's just another example of their doing. I mean, everybody, even the star guys, are giving up their bodies, everything that they can to get their bodies in the way of these shots and do everything they can to find a way to win a hockey game, which they did last night.
Hell yeah.
Now we got to have the Wolves get back in this thing. Let's
please.
go.
Yeah, they should. They should win tonight.
Hopefully.
I love
our freaking baseball team doesn't even play 9 innings anymore.
No.
They just quit and go home after 7.
They suck.
They hate baseball.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're so bad.
Man.
More people have slept with Hawk's sister than were at that game.
Well, that's not fair.
It's like Bobby Vince-Meister, the head coach for the...
You mean Bobby Finstock.
Whatever. When he said, hey, do you have to play the game? You guys are going to win. And the guy's like, yeah, we got to play the game. He's like, all right, cool. Chill out, brother.
I believe he says, fine, if it means that much to you.
Yeah, so good.
We'll play.
He's so good.
Yeah, one of the sneaky, most underrated characters in the history of film.
Yep.
A coach of a high school basketball team that doesn't really want to coach.
Yeah.
And only really gets excited when a werewolf can dunk.
And listen, I'm just going to go ahead.
When he says, whatever happened to the kid? I don't know. I cut him. He was bad or whatever he says.
And we all know if we were to do a documentary on Bobby Finstocker, he was getting it on with one of the senior girls.
Probably.
You know he was. He's that kind of teacher.
Oh, yeah.
But it was cool back then. You know?
Let's play a little ball here.
Yeah, it was so good.
That's what he kept saying when he walked into the ladies' locker room.
Hawk, you've been on fire all week.
Ah, man, I ain't got a minute of sleep.
I love it. I love it.
All right, let's do Front Page Sports from the Power Trip Morning Show. Returns after this. .com Tom to break down the Donovan Jackson pick and more in about 20 minutes. Then Marnie and Parrish later. Marnie's going for 4 wins in a row, which would tie the all-time record. That's at 8:15. And one of you has a shot at $89,500. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
Since its invention, the TV has been just that, a TV. But what if it could be something more? Meet Samsung Vision AI. It makes your old favorites look picture perfect with AI upscaling for optimal clarity. Watching the game with a bilingual crowd? Your TV can translate English broadcast subtitles to Spanish live. Or maybe you're watching Samsung TV Plus and you're wondering who that actor is. Samsung Vision AI already knows and even recommends you more content to watch. With Samsung Vision AI, you get more from your TV than you ever thought possible. It starts to make you question, can you even call it a TV at all? Experience Samsung Vision AI today and get a music frame on Samsung with a qualifying 2025 TV and audio purchase. Visit Samsung.com to learn more. Valid 4/16 to 5/4 on qualifying 2025 Neo QLED OLED and the frame TVs with Vision AI while supplies last. See Samsung.com for terms and conditions. Vision AI features vary by model. Upscaling utilizes AI-based formulas and results may vary based on source content. Translation accuracy not guaranteed. Click to search is on certain models only.
Ready to prioritize yourself? Your skin is a great place to start. Dime Beauty, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company. With 4 skin-conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products that will help bring your glow back. Whether you're revitalizing your regimen with nourishing products or building one from scratch, Dime makes it easy. The Work System, our all-in-one best-selling routine, includes a cleanser of your choice, toner, serums, and moisturizers, taking the guesswork out of skincare for your healthiest, happiest skin yet. Dime's commitment to clean ingredients and sustainable packaging ensures every product is as gentle on your skin as it is on the planet. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews and a loyal community, the results speak for themselves. Revive your skin and give yourself the routine refresh you deserve by visiting DimeBeautyCO.com. That's DimeBeautyCO.com. Your best skin awaits.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at PayPal.com.
He is Kirill the Thrill.
It's always feel good when you win games, and we don't care now who score, who have how many points, and whatever. You just want to win games and just enjoy team game.
That's right. Enjoy the season.
It's been fun watching him grow, obviously, as a player on the ice, but also off the ice in terms of, learning the language and being able to communicate and actually joke around and have fun after these games too. He was fun last night. And
so you admit it?
Yes, I do.
Good morning, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
They're watching us on TV. So.
Hi, Chloe.
Morning,
hi, Chloe.
girl.
Love you, little buddy. Be good.
I mean, Chloe's learned no Russian so far. Kirill's learned some English.
Yeah.
So, Chloe, if you're listening, start picking up Russian so you can go to the International Space Station someday.
Yes.
You can take it easy. Brilliant.
Chloe, that's called wordplay. You'll learn about that in school.
Yes.
Zach's really clever, Chloe. We're all going to miss him next week.
Brandon asked in the chat here who did Let's Play Hockey last night. Taylor Heisey, man.
I saw that.
She killed it.
Is that right?
She's great.
Yeah.
She's lovely.
She's awesome.
She's very nice.
Parker Fox and he died. Maxwell Fuller tonight.
Oh, hell yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That'd be great.
What time's tip? 8:30ish?
8:30, yeah.
Okay.
So he's,
Probably
I think,
8:45.
They're like live from like 6:30 to tip, and then so.
This is such a fun time of year.
Yeah.
With two teams. Yeah.
All right, let's do front page sports. Let's go through some stuff that went down last night, because a lot did.
Okay.
Like a ton.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores, for a limited time, you can buy 3 monsters for just $7. Mix and match any flavors you want. I think all week I've gone with the old white one, and that's what I did again.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's all you do.
It's good.
It's the best one.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion. You can get whatever you want. 3 for $7 at Holiday. Thanks, Holiday.
Is that right?
The NFL Draft Round 1 was last night. Cam Ward of Miami went number 1 overall to the Tennessee Titans. That was pretty expected. And then everybody expected Travis Hunter to go number 2. And he did, but to the Jacksonville Jaguars, not the Cleveland Browns, who swapped with the Jags. The Jags move up to number 2. The Browns slide down to number 5. They take Mason Graham from Michigan 5th. But Travis Hunter goes to the Jags. Then if we go all the way down to pick 24.
Let's go.
The Minnesota Vikings stayed put. They didn't trade up. They didn't trade back. Gray Zabel was off the board. Tyler Booker was off the board. So they went with a guard, Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State.
Yeah, great player, a guy that'll most likely start right away. He should if he's the 24th overall pick. And this gives J.J. McCarthy one of the better offensive lines it's probably the best offensive line in the division, and it's one of the best offensive lines in the league. They're just setting it up, man. That loss to the Rams stung them so bad with those 9 sacks, and they've done a complete makeover on the offensive line. And I think they're finished doing it, at least with starters, obviously, with Donovan Jackson. Great pick. Guy can play a little left tackle. Wonderful selection by your Vikings.
3-time first team All Big Ten. Played a little left tackle when Simmons got injured. So he's played both inside and outside. 6'4", 320.
That's a huge bitch.
I'm just hopeful this year that when we need 1 yard, we can get it. Because it's been so frustrating. 3rd and 1, lose a yard.
Not this time, baby.
Yeah, no, they've got this offensive line is huge.
We got a brick house.
Yeah, beef, just like you like it.
Just beefy.
And as we mentioned earlier, right after the Vikings picked Donovan Jackson, it was basically like, great pick, Ohio State guard. Well, then the Texans traded out of pick 25. The Giants traded back into round 1. And everybody on the ESPN panel immediately was like, this has got to be for a quarterback. This is it. This is Jackson Dart or Shedeur Sanders. So they talked about the Vikings pick for about 13 seconds.
Yeah.
And then Jackson Dart from Ole Miss goes 25th to the Giants. So not Shedeur Sanders. So they took Abdul Carter with pick 3 and still get a quarterback at pick 25.
Yeah.
So they could have stayed and taken Jackson Dart or Shedeur Sanders at pick 3, but now you get a little bit of both.
Yeah. Abdul Carter was too good to pass up at that 3rd pick. Everybody said there were 2 non-quarterback, but the 2 best players in this draft were Hunter and Abdul Carter, and they stayed at 3, got him, and then they moved back up and got their quarterback. And this gives maybe that coaching staff a little more time, but they love Jackson Dart. And I think it was like this time yesterday, the GM's son posted a picture of Jackson Dart, and they were like, that they all got pissed and they had him removed it, but it turned out to be true. He was right. The Giants were going to take him. It's a long way to get to a point. That wasn't a good point.
It's fine.
It's a good story, though.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about this all night and morning, and I wanted your opinion on it. Shedeur Sanders didn't get drafted in round 1. Where do you think he goes in round 2?
I think he goes at the first pick of the first round to Cleveland.
The first pick of the first round?
Sorry, first pick of the second round. I haven't gotten a lot of sleep. I think he goes 33 to the Browns. And if they pass on him, I don't know where he's going to go. Maybe to the Saints at 40. But
could you see somebody trading up to 34 and taking him?
I could see that.
What if a team...
Well, I think Cleveland has 34. But yes, I can see that.
Maybe 35 or 36 if it seems like that's a good spot for him?
Strong possibility.
Cool. 37 or 38 if somebody gets panicky and it's like, all right, now it's the slide's on. We got to grab him.
Yeah. Do you know who the Vikes might take at 97?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you Saturday morning.
That's kind of you. Thank you.
Lexington Steele.
Yeah.
He'd be a steal.
Oh, yeah. He would. I personally think that's the pick they move. I don't think the Vikings will pick tonight. So watch the Wolves game. Have the draft down in the background. I don't think they pick tonight. I think they either move
or listen.
Or listen. That is correct. I think they move that pick back for more picks, or they trade it for a veteran cornerback. But I've been wrong a lot, so I may be wrong again.
All right.
8 hours ago, you tweeted Will Johnson would be a home run pick at 24.
I did. I couldn't believe he was still there, but I guess he's got some horrific knee issue. He wasn't picked in the first round. I thought he'd be long gone by the time the Vikings picked, but then a couple of people, I think it was Adam Schefter, who's a Michigan guy, tweeted that Will Johnson, a Michigan guy, has a knee issue, and that's why teams were passing. I thought the Packers might take him at 24, but they took a
23.
Very good 23. Sorry.
9 hours ago, you tweeted, I think the Vikings move back into the second round.
So the reason I thought that is when I was looking at the DraftKings odds, the favored pick was quarterback at pick 24. Now, that doesn't mean it was favored to go to the Vikings, but I thought they were going to get a deal like, the Texans got behind them to move, and they must have really liked Donovan Jackson that they didn't take that pick to move all the way back.
It's okay, baby.
15 hours ago, you tweeted, more people will show up to the 3 days of the draft than will attend Target Field all season.
I mean, it's probably not far off.
He also said that on the show yesterday.
Yeah, thank you, Zach. Thanks for listening.
I was listening.
16 hours ago, you tweeted, the Vikings will stay at 24 and take Tyler Booker. They will take TJ Sanders at 97 and then trade their fifth-round pick for a current cornerback on a roster.
Yeah. TJ Sanders still available.
Is he part of the big KFC family?
Yes.
Okay.
So he will be he might be the pick at 97.
Yesterday, your son was wearing a Vikings onesie.
Yep.
And then your wife tweeted a picture of him wearing a Packers onesie, and it said, he blew out the Vikings one bad, so we had to change him into proper attire.
So the one thing I wasn't prepared for when I had kids was the blowout. He had poop on his neck. It exploded. I'm holding him, and all of a sudden I heard it, and he kind of looked at me, and I'm like, you pooped. And we got him changed, and it was up to we had to give him a bath, and he blew out the Vikings onesie. We threw it out.
Was it a Sam Darnold jersey?
Bad. I mean, it's an offensive guard. We needed one.
This is before. What?
Oh.
It was a Sam Darnold jersey, right?
Yeah, it should have been. Yeah, it was yucky.
So wait a minute. I need a clarification.
Mm-hmm.
A human being had poop covering his neck?
Yeah. That's Dwight's dream.
There, just making sure you're paying attention.
Yeah, I
There's
am.
no doing this, Steve.
Yeah.
Was it like a greenish too?
Oh, it
where
was
it's
everywhere. Yeah, it was everywhere. It was the worst dump
like
he's
Packer
had.
color green?
Yeah, so then she put the Packer
those
color
little
green on him.
deals that they can sit in and bounce around.
Yeah.
Chloe was in one, and I look over and she's river dancing in green poop because she had a blowout and it went down through it onto the little platform below.
Yeah.
Thank God for that platform. The floor would have been greased.
So you just throw that Vikings onesie out, right? There's no washing that.
No,
because you don't want that to go through the cycle, right?
No,
you just throw it out.
We threw it out. And when we were coming back from Florida, the outfit that we brought him home with, he was wearing on the flight back. He blew that out. We had to throw that out too. That sucked.
What are you feeding this child?
Formula.
Man, that's crap.
Just red meat.
Rocket fuel.
Yeah, red meat. Yeah, eats a lot of steak.
Sirloin.
Yeah.
I think that's crap.
Yeah.
I liked how Dante took that factor crap game so seriously, right?
Yeah.
Listen, he was excited.
Yeah.
It's Dante Culpepper.
Yeah.
Hey,
We
Dante,
didn't
is
bring
that
that
factor crap? And he would be like,
That's crap, man.
he was very sure.
Yeah.
Dante Culpepper.
Great game. I miss it.
I was reminded of Dante Culpepper last night because there were about 5 guys in the first round that had branded or themed necklaces about themselves. Yeah. Right? I'll never forget when Dante Culpepper came in here with a giant pepper diamond necklace.
That's at least clever, though.
Yeah, but I think it was Tyler Booker had like a T-book necklace, giant necklace, all in diamonds. And I'm like, my God.
Yeah.
But it's your money. If you want to throw your money away on a T-book or whatever the hell it said, go for it.
Don't want it in the stock market right now.
What a waste of cash.
We are calling .com Tom right after
yes. We forgot to remind you.
No, it's okay.
Don't forget to
Chris,
call him Hogs.
Call .com Tom.
.com Tom to break down Donovan Jackson after this. Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality, high quality and immersive sound, a sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
Since its invention, the TV has been just that, a TV. But what if it could be something more? Meet Samsung Vision AI. It makes your old favorites look picture perfect with AI upscaling for optimal clarity. Watching the game with a bilingual crowd? Your TV can translate English broadcast subtitles to Spanish live. Or maybe you're watching Samsung TV Plus and you're wondering who that actor is. Samsung Vision AI already knows and even recommends you more content to watch. With Samsung Vision AI, you get more from your TV than you ever thought possible. It starts to make you question, can you even call it a TV at all? Experience Samsung Vision AI today and get a music frame on Samsung with a qualifying 2025 TV and audio purchase. Visit Samsung.com to learn more. Valid 4/16 to 5/4 on qualifying 2025 Neo QLED OLED and the frame TVs with Vision AI while supplies last. See Samsung.com for terms and conditions. Vision AI features vary by model. Upscaling utilizes AI-based formulas and results may vary based on source content. Translation accuracy not guaranteed. Click to search is on certain models only.
Ready to prioritize yourself? Your skin is a great place to start. Dime Beauty, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company. With 4 skin-conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products that will help bring your glow back. Whether you're revitalizing your regimen with nourishing products or building one from scratch, Dime makes it easy. The Work System, our all-in-one best-selling routine, includes a cleanser of your choice, toner, serums, and moisturizers, taking the guesswork out of skincare for your healthiest, happiest skin yet. Dime's commitment to clean ingredients and sustainable packaging ensures every product is as gentle on your skin as it is on the planet. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews and a loyal community, the results speak for themselves. Revive your skin and give yourself the routine refresh you deserve by visiting dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com. Your best skin awaits.
Oh, tasty high note. Oh, hi, don't mind me. I'm practicing my new baritone sax. I just heard PayPal's paying for people's stuff every day for 100 days, and there's 10 million up for grabs. All you have to do is use PayPal checkout online. So there's never been a better time to buy a few things off the old wish list. Like this leaf blower! PayPal could pay for your purchase. The Great PayPal Checkout.
No purchase necessary ends July 18th. See official rules at paypal.com/thegreatpaypalcheckout/terms. Participating merchants only must use PayPal checkout online. Coverage of up to $100 and eligible purchases per card.
All right, welcome back to the Power Trip Morning Show. John Kriesel is here. The Vikings drafted Donovan Jackson of Ohio State. Chris is getting a hold of .com Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network, covering the NFL draft like a blanket. We'll get his thoughts on what the Vikes did and did not do, right? Because they could have traded back. The way the draft was falling, it looked like that was a possibility, right? When a couple of the big names like Tyler Booker was off the board, Gray Zabel was off the board, even a defensive tackle like Walter Nolan was off the board. And you're like, man, a handful of the guys that we thought were possibilities at 24 are gone. So are they in a spot to do essentially what the Texans did right behind him and trade out and get more draft picks because there are so many available players that they might like, whether it's secondary guys or whatever, but they stayed put at 24 and they took Donovan Jackson, the guard out of Ohio State.
Yeah. Love the pick.
Man, I know he's an expert, but Martin Moistu, he missed a lot this year.
None of the guys he said were picked.
Yeah. Well, he did focus on the international players, and I think for about the 90th consecutive year, no international players were taken in the first round of the NFL draft.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
He's just gotten out of jail. Let's cut him some slack.
I don't know why you guys won't cut him in a slack.
Yeah, I do. He's dating my dad, I guess, too.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, sorry.
Tom not answering?
2 minutes. He's
2 minutes.
right in there, going through security as we speak. He's shoehorning us in, so.
Oh, man, he's going through security at the
flying out
Green
there?
Bay Airport.
Oh, no, I believe he had to go through security to get into wherever he's going
The
into.
stadium.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm sure he's on Good Morning Football.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
going
right.
through security at Lambeau Field is doing a breathalyzer test, so that shouldn't take very long.
They don't let you in unless you're a .1.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he's-
Minimum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he has to
probably
do 3
sober,
shots.
So.
Of Liney's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
They're showing wild highlights on ESPN.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Wow.
They didn't either.
Well, at least they, hopefully at the end of this highlight package,
I
they
can't wait to take a picture of it.
They can show that the Wild are up 2 games to 1, not down 2 to 1 like they posted earlier.
Correct.
We're winning. We're up 2 games to 1.
Boldy's individual effort on that goal.
Yeah, that's
incredible.
He's scored in all 3 games so far.
Yeah, he's on fire. Hartman continues his. I mean, that was unbelievable.
Look at that place just
like
erupt.
Less than a second to go, right?
You can watch him.
Or
He
about
looks
a
up. You
second
see
to go?
that? Did you see? He
Yeah,
looks
saw
up
the
at the
clock.
scoreboard to see the clock, throws it in front, rolls right off the belly of Kaprizov, and man, that was.
Have we
awesome.
broken Aiden Hill? Is he freaking out right now? Have we broken him?
I don't. You know, Bruce Cassidy, the head coach of the Golden Knights, said after the game
Sundance
that
Kid?
Yeah.
yes,
Great movie.
Thank you.
he said after the game that he just wanted to give Schmid their backup more time, a little time out there.
We need more
like his
time.
And Aiden Hill's played still all right, but yeah, he's not up to par as of right now. But man, I'm worried about saying anything about him because I know that can change.
Your
on a
words
dime.
don't have magical powers.
I
Don't
know.
worry about it.
I would check on that.
I know. Yeah.
I don't think the Jinx gods are going, wait until we
Again,
hear what Zachary says.
I'm with you.
And then change it.
Oh, you're working this up.
Wow.
Here we are. Way to go, Zacko.
That's the thing that comes out of the swamp from Legend. The classic Tom Cruise film from about 1985.
Is that movie any good?
No, but I've seen it about 9,000 times. Tim Curry plays the devil.
I'm the devil.
No, he's
And the
here.
makeup, the only thing I love about that movie is that character would be CGI now. And the fact that they made him look that awesome with just old school costumes and makeup. It's spectacular.
That's sweet.
It's so cool. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Just Google the movie Legend and see Tim Curry's Devil. It's awesome. It was epic. Middle 80s, right? I think it might have been 84, 85. It was one of Tom Cruise's first, if not his first, really, really big role. Handful of his first films, at least.
Wow.
Yeah, right. That would be CGI now.
Wow.
And it would look terrible.
I would not like to deal with that guy.
No, and you can't even tell it's Tim Curry, right?
No.
Doesn't look anything like him.
No, it looks like
the devil,
the Prince of Evil, King of Evil. I don't know.
Prince.
It's hard to be the prince if you're the devil, right? You would think you're some kind of a king.
Of course, you're probably going to take out the devil if you're the prince. I mean, technically,
Right.
the Prince of Darkness. You're
Right.
not a good person.
No, you'd say, but if I'm the Prince of Darkness, I'd be like, well, but wait a minute, I'm the one in charge. Why am I not the king? Can't we just change my title?
Point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Prince.
Well, you're the devil. Yeah,
You're the king of
I'm the
You
king.
can call yourself
Great
whatever
point.
you want.
Great point.
Yeah, but Prince implies that somebody is in charge that's higher up the ladder. Mm-hmm. This is the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's
like,
the King of Darkness.
Prince was was really good at music.
Yeah, but Elvis was the king.
Oh,
Yeah.
Correct.
That's a good point.
And Michael Jackson was the king of pop. Prince was just the prince of pop.
That's true.
And Beyonce was the queen bee.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you got it all covered.
There we go. .com Tom. Thanks to our friends at Bell Bank.
Hi, .com Tom.
Hi, buddy.
How we doing, folks?
Pretty good. Did you just go through security at Lambeau? Is that where you are?
I am outside, so the draft stage. Can you hear me okay, by the way? My AirPods sound like crap right now.
Oh, that's better now.
That's better right
something
there.
just changed. Yeah, now it's better.
Don't move. You guys sound better, too.
Okay.
So the draft stage is out in, like, the corner of the parking lot. We can actually look out from the stage and see Lambeau. So it's kind of a unique location. It's a great area, but it's a massive security perimeter and interesting setup. It's been good so far.
I think if you take us off your AirPods, if that's possible, it'd be might sound a little better. I apologize. I hope that if that works for you.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Yeah,
That's much better. That'd be great.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. I know you only got a couple of minutes. I can't imagine what it was like there last night. You must have slept in your car. There can't be a hotel anywhere near you. But talk to us a little bit about the guy we got with our 24th pick.
Well, I was talking with Kyle Brandt about this on the way over to the set here. The number of bands playing 80s and 90s cover songs within the immediate vicinity of my hotel room was phenomenal. So it is midnight. The draft is finally ending. I got 5 hours to get some sleep, and all I can hear is the pulsing sounds of Whitesnake echoing off the walls.
That's extreme.
In terms of the pick, I mean, listen, this is a unique draft, and there was a big clump of players that all could have gone anywhere from, let's call it pick 15 to pick 40. And they were going to have similar grades across the league. It was going to be about, what you favored, and, there's a little bit of a need element to this draft as well. So Donovan Jackson, when I did my final exercise, I don't publish a mock draft, but I try to run through it, just get a feel for who's going to come off the board. I had him going to Donovan Jackson at pick 23, but I did not have Matthew Golden sitting on the board at that stage. So Donovan Jackson's a really solid player. He projects as a guy who you're hoping he steps in day one alongside Ryan Kelly and Will Fries and Darrisaw's back and O'Neal's, in the lineup, and you've got a pretty good starting five. I know there was a lot, and I certainly, fell into this category too, of people who thought perhaps they were going to take a corner. But what you have to remember in this draft, this was not a strong corner group. Jahdae Barron came off to the Broncos, and people within the league were a little bit surprised that pick happened. That was the only corner that came off the board on night one. I know there were a lot of people thinking about Will Johnson from Michigan. There were some medical considerations across the league, not specifically to the Vikings, but across the league, and also just play style considerations. Will Johnson's more of a zone corner than he is a man corner. Was that going to be a fit for how the Vikings wanted to play? Obviously, they came to the conclusion that getting another guard and really solidifying the interior of that offensive line was going to be the best thing for J.J. McCarthy and this team as they move forward.
Tom, I don't know how much time you got, but just let us know when you got to go. Go ahead, Saucy.
Tom, how much credit do you give to the Vikings and the front office for seeing what their major problem is and attacking it not only through free agency, but then taking, as you just said, there were other players they probably could have taken at this pick, and they have a starting guard on the team that was playing there last year and Blake Brandel, and them just going, nope, we're going to redo this whole thing, and this is where our season starts with protecting our young quarterback.
Well, it's also about depth, too. Injuries happen. Ryan Kelly's missed, a lot of time, in recent years here. Had some concussions in the past. Will Fries coming off a significant injury. So, there's no reason to believe those guys aren't going to be ready for the season. But the reality is you're going to start more than 5 offensive linemen in a season. So, getting a Donovan Jackson, who you think he's got a little bit of flexibility, too, I thought it made a lot of sense. I would have been interested to see if the Packers don't take Matthew Golden at 23, if they trade out, which it sounds like there were a lot of conversations about that. I do wonder what the Vikings might have done, because I could see that being a Kevin O'Connell type of guy. But in terms of what they ended up doing, I thought the two most pressing things were going to be in the defensive backfield and a guard. They addressed one of those spots, and you're right. Whether it's the interior, the offensive line, the interior, the defensive line, those are the biggest things they thought they need to get better at in this offseason, and they've continued to hit those spots.
Do you think they got a bunch of calls from other teams? Do you think that's something that they got and they just decided that they were going to stay at pick 24?
There were calls. Really, a lot of the teams through the 20s and down to the bottom of the draft were looking for ways to bail out. The Vikings certainly were open to those conversations. I know they had calls with other teams about it, but you need to make sure that the value's there. And you got to look at your board and say, if we do make this trade, are we dropping out of a certain caliber of player? Again, obviously they came to the conclusion that this was just, the guy that they couldn't pass up here. Another part of it is, there's times where teams are calling and the phones are hot, and then somebody gets drafted, and all of a sudden the phones die. I mean, that kind of happened, from what I understand, with Emeka Egbuka when he went number 19 to the Bucks. There were a couple of teams trying to come up and get him. All of a sudden he's off the board, and that was it. And then you didn't see a whole lot of trades until the Giants ultimately came up for Jackson Dart, and then later on the Eagles jumping up one spot for Jihad Campbell. The draft is funny that way. Again, there are so many players with similar types of grades that sometimes is challenging for trades to actually happen. There were a few teams though last night who got really bold with it, between obviously the Jaguars going up to 2 for Travis Hunter, and then the Falcons trading back into the first round, giving up next year's first round pick to go get James Pierce for a second edge rusher in the first round.
Tom Pelissero, thanks to our friends at Bell Bank. What happens with Shedeur Sanders today?
It's a great question. The Browns have a couple of picks in the top of the second round. The Saints are sitting there, pretty high in the second round. The Steelers do not have a second round pick. And at some point, as the draft moves along, there could be teams who have a starter who consider Shedeur Sanders and just draft him because it's good value, and maybe he's a backup option for you in the short term. Now, I think that there are some factors that maybe make it a little bit more challenging to envision Shedeur coming in as, let's say, the backup to J.J. McCarthy. Not that the Vikings have a second-round pick either, but, dynamics and things like that are going to impact these things. I believe Shedeur Sanders will get drafted at some point today. Where that ends up being is going to depend on a lot of factors. I do think that, as you get to, if he gets out of the second round, it's hard to imagine the Steelers not taking him in the third. That in my mind, is probably the floor for Shedeur Sanders. And then we'll see how many other quarterbacks between, Jalen Milroe from Alabama, Tyler Shuck from Louisville, Will Howard, Quinn Ewers. We'll see how many of these other guys come off the board in rounds 2 and 3.
Do you think the Sanders team got word that they weren't going to go in the first round, or maybe had the risk of being in the back half of this first round, and that is why they weren't all at the draft?
No, I don't think that. I think this is just a guy and a family that want to do things their own way. They're at Deion's house down in Dallas, and if you followed Shedeur's Instagram story last night, he appeared to be, having a good time with a lot of people there. You guys make those decisions for all types of reasons, but Shedeur turning down the draft, I wasn't really shocked about. I got like one more minute here if you got anything else.
No, that's it. Unless there's something you want us to focus on. And I guess in the last couple seconds you have, what should Vikings fans expect both today and tomorrow, the rest of the way?
Well, it'd be interesting to see. They've not been shy in the past about potentially trading future assets to get additional picks now. And when you don't have a pick all the way down into the bottom of round 3, that might become a little bit more acute of a need. I do think that one position will be interesting to see. And I'm not saying that they do it, but there's a huge clump of running backs. There's a really deep running back group. There's, guys like Travion Henderson, he'll be gone early in round 2. Quinshon Judkins, the other Ohio State running back. But then there's probably 20, 30 running backs that'll come off the board sometime between round 3 and 5. We know that they want to take some heat off Aaron Jones in this offense. At what point, if at all, especially when you only have 4 picks, do you go and take a running back? That would not surprise me. If there's somebody they really like to fit with, that could be a spot that they target.
Tom, you're the best, dude. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
All right, Tom Pelissero, NFL Network, live from the NFL Draft. The Shedeur Sanders thing and all the other quarterbacks you just named, kind of interesting, but ESPN just threw a stat up, and it makes a ton of sense. Sauce.
Yes, sir.
You're a draft guy. Before we go to break, try this one.
Okay.
In the last 3 drafts combined, 22, 23, 24, how many quarterbacks have gone in the second round?
That's a great question.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm trying to think because I don't want to disappoint you guys.
So it's about 100 players, right? Give or take.
Yeah.
Drafted in round 2 in the last 3 years, just shy of 100. How many of those were quarterbacks?
4.
Will Levis.
Wow.
So I think the theory is, right, if you really like one, you got to get up into the first round, secure them, and then get that 5th-year option. And if you don't like him that much, then it's like, how do we get value and get one later?
For sure. More like a lottery ticket situation.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a gray zone of like, do we really take a second round? So it is a weird round to take a quarterback. So there are a lot of names, and Shedeur Sanders is the big one that will probably be a second round pick today, most likely be a second round pick. But can you imagine if he falls out of round 2 as well? That would be insane. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think he gets past the Saints at 40.
We'll see. What really matters after this? Donovan Jackson is a Viking. The Wild dominated the Vegas Golden Knights. They're up 2-1. We'll talk more about that after this on The Fan.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality? High quality and immersive sound? A sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
Since its invention, the TV has been just that, a TV. But what if it could be something more? Meet Samsung Vision AI. It makes your old favorites look picture perfect with AI upscaling for optimal clarity. Watching the game with a bilingual crowd? Your TV can translate English broadcast subtitles to Spanish live. Or maybe you're watching Samsung TV Plus and you're wondering who that actor is. Samsung Vision AI already knows and even recommends you more content to watch. With Samsung Vision AI, you get more from your TV than you ever thought possible. It starts to make you question, can you even call it a TV at all? Experience Samsung Vision AI today and get a music frame on Samsung with a qualifying 2025 TV and audio purchase. Visit Samsung.com to learn more. Valid 4/16 to 5/4 on qualifying 2025 Neo QLED OLED and the frame TVs with Vision AI while supplies last. See Samsung.com for terms and conditions. Vision AI features vary by model. Upscaling utilizes AI-based formulas and results may vary based on source content. Translation accuracy not guaranteed. Click to search is on certain models only.
Ready to prioritize yourself? Your skin is a great place to start. Dime Beauty, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company. With 4 skin-conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products that will help bring your glow back. Whether you're revitalizing your regimen with nourishing products or building one from scratch, Dime makes it easy. The Work System, our all-in-one best-selling routine, includes a cleanser of your choice, toner, serums, and moisturizers, taking the guesswork out of skincare for your healthiest, happiest skin yet. Dime's commitment to clean ingredients and sustainable packaging ensures every product is as gentle on your skin as it is on the planet. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews and a loyal community, the results speak for themselves. Revive your skin and give yourself the routine refresh you deserve by visiting DimeBeautyCO.com. That's DimeBeautyCO.com. Your best skin awaits.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at PayPal.com.
Want your chance to win an amazing Callaway Elite driver? Check out our contest page now to enter for your chance to win one. Thanks to Grand View Lodge. And make sure to join the Power Trip Morning Show at Grandview Lodge May 1st and 2nd for your chances to win other amazing prizes like this one. Enter for your chance to win at KFAN.com, keyword contest.
Yeah, 1 week from today we'll be at Grandview. So,
is that right?
Thursday night.
Hell yeah.
Bunch of prizes on the line, a Rube game of initials, kind of taking the format we use at Treasure Island Resort and Casino and just bringing it to Grandview. That's the general idea next Thursday night. And then a whole bunch of fun Friday morning, including initials and all that garbage. Live from Grandview next Friday.
Love it.
There's a chance Tommy slides over. It sounds like he's going to be in that area next Friday morning.
How about There's a chance he slides everywhere.
That is very true.
It's crazy as
My wife will be there with Chloe.
Is that right?
Yep, they're growing up because I'll be on a golf trip. So wife always goes with one of the other guys' wives up to that area. Great time of year to be up there too. My gosh. Should be lovely.
Well, who's Chloe going to cheer for if she can't cheer for you?
Oh, Marnie. She cheer, even if I'm playing, she cheers for Marnie.
Everybody does.
Marnie's her gal.
Yep. All right, let's do What Really Matters, presented by our friends at Carbonis. Thanks, Carbonis.
That's right. Thank you, Carbonis. And I want to say a quick thank you as well. And John, you'll know what I'm talking about. The good people at Canvas Health had me out yesterday to speak at their event. And, man, I love doing those things. The more I do them, the more I like it. And meeting so many people who their job is to talk to people who are having mental health crises. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. I met some truly heroic people yesterday. I don't know how you carry that around and do that for a living. And, man, oh, man. I met some great people. So thank you to all those folks and a lot of listeners. Of listeners who kind of blow off steam by listening to us be stupid. So we are providing a bit of a service to people
100%.
who provide a real service. So it's good. Thank you, Canvas Health. Appreciate it.
Love it.
That's what really matters.
That's right.
Up.
All right, lost in the shuffle. I know the draft was last night in the Wild. We're going to get to all that.
Okay.
Did you see what happened in the NBA?
I did.
Yeah, I did.
Chris, you want me to tell the listeners, or do you want to go through it?
I'd love to hear your perspective so I can tell you what you're wrong
Here's
about.
my perspective, and then you can break down the details.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so the Thunder blow out the Grizzlies in Game 1 by 51 points, right?
Blow them out like a Minnesota Vikings onesie.
Exactly.
Yes.
Then they roll pretty easily in Game 2, not really pressured in Game 2, so the Thunder are up 2-0. And the Grizzle, who just like a month and a half ago were the 3 or 4 seed before they started free falling, they were one of the best teams in the league.
Great song.
And they fired their coach. Everything's falling apart, right? Memphis started free falling. And they end up getting the 8th seed, and they have to face the Thunder. They lose Game 1 by 51. They lose Game 2 pretty comfortably. They were up 29 points on the Thunder. They were up 27 when Ja Morant falls and bangs up his hip. Got a pretty significant hip injury. I don't think he came back, and I don't know what the prognosis is, but it doesn't look good.
Mark.
So they had a 29-point lead, but 27 when Ja got hurt. And they lose to the Thunder by 6. It is the second biggest comeback in postseason history in the NBA, at least since the NBA started tracking play-by-play data in the 96-97 season, so almost 30 years, but who knows. But the only bigger one, 31 points. Clippers came back from 31 down against Golden State in 2019. So the Thunder up 3-0 after a 29-point comeback.
They scored 31 points in the second half.
Jeez.
Memphis did?
Yeah.
Yikes.
31.
Yikes. But what really matters is this.
You're correct about that, Court, and most of what you said was all right. I won't criticize you.
You thought the same thing,
I thought they were going to come around in the 15th quarter.
Yeah, you've said that before.
You know there's a Cuba Gooding Jr. You're familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that means there was a Cuba Gooding Sr.
I never thought about that, but yeah, by definition, that would be really weird if there wasn't.
Well, that young man, Cuba Gooding Sr., was born on this day in 1944. Here's what you might not have known. Have you ever heard the song, Everybody Plays the Fool?
Great song.
That's a crippler.
He sang that song. That was Cuba Gooding Sr.
Oh,
he was in a band called The Main Ingredient.
So that was a cover when it was super popular?
No, I don't.
No, who's the what's
Luther Vandross?
That's right. Yeah,
the old one.
Not Luther Vandross. Right? Who am I thinking of? What's
the
his
guy
name?
that Hawk saw play? You played with him, Hawk. He sings that banger with Linda Ronstadt.
Yeah, Aaron Neville.
Neville.
My main man Ian comes in with the assist. Yeah.
So Aaron Neville sang it and made it popular, but Cuba Gooding Sr. did it first?
Yeah, I guess he may have
didn't know that.
written it. Yeah, I didn't know it either. He was in a band called The Main Ingredient. Which, main ingredient.
It's almost always chicken.
I forgot we were on camera. I almost made a very filthy gesture.
Tommy did enough for us yesterday.
You guys know what I was thinking about, the main ingredient being.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Y'all get it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Catalyst and CatalystSupplyCo.com bring you wild news. If you're a Twin Cities contractor, boost your build with our friends at Catalyst. Thanks, Catalyst.
Thank you.
The Minnesota Wild, again, win 5-2 over the Vegas Golden Knights. Same score for the second consecutive game. Kirill scored twice, once to make it 1-0, then again to make it 4-1. Goals by Rossi. He needed that one. Boldy scored again. What else is new? And Foligno added the empty netter. Gus with 30 saves on 32 shots. Boldy scored in all 3 games. Rossi got his first career postseason goal. How about nobody on Vegas's top line has a point through 3 games?
Yeah,
that's Barbashev, Eichel, and Stone.
That'll lose you a series.
Game 4 tomorrow in St. Paul at 3:00. Finally, a time that all of us can watch.
Yes. Why are the weekend ones not late?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
None.
Even the one that was tolerable last night was during the first round of the NFL draft.
Yeah.
So finally, tomorrow, 3:00, you can just watch it. You don't really have to watch rounds 4, or what is it? 4, 5, 6, and 7 of the NFL draft.
I mean, you do, but
But I mean, you can watch that on your phone.
yeah.
You can watch the Wild fully. Give them your full attention. What really matters, though, is this.
Corey, you ignorant slut.
Wow.
I bet
he's
you
not
did
wrong.
not know that on this day, 151 years ago, the man who invented radio, Guglielmo Marconi, was born in Bologna, Italy. That's why it's called the Marconi Award. He invented radio.
Oh.
I understand now.
Yeah, see? Seems like it would have been longer ago than 1874, though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
151 years, and this station has yet to win a Marconi.
I know.
How about that?
And we never will, because it's political. That's
Well,
fine.
listen.
But we're never going to win one. But it doesn't matter.
we're never gonna.
It doesn't matter. We should have probably had about 5 or 6 at this point.
You know what we won? The ratings war.
Yeah,
Yes.
as we've learned on
Well
this show,
said.
Thank you.
that matters.
It does.
Shock and awe fashion.
Yeah, thank you for that. I still
you.
can't believe it. We got
Yeah.
the new ratings came out this week, ladies and gentlemen, and they have to employ us for a little while longer.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate
Do
it.
they?
Nope.
I don't think they have
I'm trying to make myself feel better. I got a lot of bills to pay.
I don't think they have to.
Nah, screw them. Not our bosses, Marconi. I don't know.
He's got to be dead.
By the way, are we having a party, or is there a press release, or what's the plan for the
I'm
ratings
sure
for
there
us?
probably is. There's got to be.
I mean, there's got to be some kind of a company meeting where they all point us out, correct? And give us a giant round of applause.
I got it right here.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You got the invite?
Yeah. It says, congratulations, K102.
Oh, did they win a Marconi again?
I don't know.
Oh, Major Market Morning Show Radio or whatever the hell. How does that work?
It's something about Lawyer Lambert.
What?
And his pasties.
My dad wears pasties?
Not on his nipple.
I was talking to Charch about this yesterday. About how, I was complaining about work, especially on the air once in a while.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's Howard Stern mentality, right? It's us versus the man.
It's a bit.
But it's also, yes, it's a bit. But also, it's Charch and I were talking about how, think of what Charch does for a living and what we do for a living.
What does Church do for a living?
Fantasy
The
sports,
Stranger.
radio, The Stranger.
Yeah.
But it's all stuff he loves.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Same thing with us.
Oh, yeah, man.
You do stand-up. You do rock shows.
Damn right.
I do the board game stuff and play poker. And we all do radio. Our jobs are nothing but fun.
It's the best.
Nothing but
Super
fun.
lucky.
The best.
If you would have told us
Honored to
when we
have
were kids, this is what you're doing, we'd say, sign me up 1,000 times out of 1,000.
We get to
Kiss
do this job.
But it doesn't matter if you're an NFL quarterback, if you're a rock star, it doesn't matter what you do. There's always something to complain about.
Yeah, man.
And with that attitude.
And we find those things all the time. It's all relative, right? I know our jobs kick ass.
Oh, yeah, it
But
does.
this job drives me nuts sometimes. And I love it.
Yeah.
I love 90% of working here. 90%. The other 10% is the same 10% that everybody hates about their job.
Chad Abbott.
Life is good.
Wow. Everybody.
I wasn't going to say it.
Wait a minute. Everybody at other jobs hates Chad?
Yeah, ask around.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you not see that episode of Severance about him?
No, I missed that one.
You should have kept watching season 2, man. They did a whole episode on Chad Abbott.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the big twist, that everybody signs up to be an innie
Yep.
Yeah.
to get away from Chad on the outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's named an Any because of his.
It's actually on his business card.
Yeah.
Chad Micro Penis Abbott.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right on the business
Chad
card.
has
That's
a
right.
micro penis?
Chad has a business card? God, I hope his kids are listening.
Hey, there's Nordo.
Hey, speaking of micro penis.
Nordo liked that joke.
loves
What
it
are we
all.
talking about? Oh, yeah, sports. What
right,
really
yeah.
matters is this.
All right, here we go. I hope you didn't see them. So today, some famous birthdays. I'm going to run through them quickly. You guys try to tell me how old you think they are. You ready?
All right.
Number 1, Renee Zellweger.
54.
Yeah, she's got to be
60.
pushing 60. I'll say 60.
56.
Yeah. Okay.
And Tim Duncan.
Duncan was the first pick in 98 or 9. So that's 26 years ago. I think he was I'm going to go 47.
46.
43.
49.
Oh,
49. Joe Buck.
Oh, he was the first pick in 97, I think.
Yeah.
If I just would have picked the right year, I think I would have got the... Oh, damn it.
I didn't want to correct you.
Because they won the title in 99, did they not?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was 90. I think he was 97. Damn it.
Joe Buck?
Joe Buck.
63.
59.
62.
Zyko, you got a guess?
Well, he was in the 95 area, he was probably 20-ish, so yeah, I would say 54.
56. You're real close. I thought he was older than that too. 56.
Yeah.
One of the great actors of all time, Hank Azaria.
Hank's got to be in his
Spartacus.
60s. He's been doing The Simpsons for 35 years.
Yeah.
So
62.
65.
61.
Oh.
By the way, also, I did not know this. He was Gargamel in the Smurfs movies. Did you guys know that?
I did not
know that.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? And, you know what? I'll give you one more. You guys know her as either Adrian or Connie Corleone in the Godfather movies. That would be Talia Shire.
Oh, yeah.
72.
84.
I have no idea.
I would have
can't even picture
She's
her.
probably, in the 20 range. So 50, so I would say 77.
79. Boy, you're really close today, buddy boy. Buddy boy.
Look at you.
Woodhawk.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have to.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Out of respect.
Yeah. Rocky beat my ass if I didn't. Because, somebody's got to give her some loving. He ain't doing no more.
How does Rocky talk?
How does Sloth from the Goonies talk?
Yeah, my girlfriend been my wife.
How do the bosses at iHeart talk?
I'm going to keep your money.
How does the kid from Overboard talk?
How does Louis Armstrong talk?
Do your best Bobcat Goldthwait impression.
Should I keep going? Because I feel like Rich Little here.
Yeah, what does Sauce sound like in the bedroom? No chance. No chance. My sources say that's not what he sounds like at all.
Well, he figured some stuff out, didn't he?
That's not what I heard.
You're welcome, baby.
How does Corey sound in the bedroom?
I'm Meadowlark Lemon.
Angie's turned on by the Globetrotters.
Yeah, he's just distracted right now because he can't believe I know what he says to his lady in the bedroom.
We do Globetrotter live streams.
That's hot.
That's a good point.
It's a very niche community, but it pays well.
All right,
pays the bills.
One last one. Al Pacino. How old do you think Al Pacino is today?
86.
He's got to be in his 80s. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
80.
I'll say 82.
88.
85. You're real close there, Sauce. 85 years old, that dude, man.
Jeez.
85.
Wow.
Michael
Legend.
Corleone.
What's your favorite Pacino movie?
I mean, I think the answer is Scarface, but as you get older, you realize that movie is like 2 hours too long.
Yeah.
Heat's better than Scarface.
Yeah,
Way overrated movie.
Yeah, it is. But at the time, we all loved it. But yeah, Heat's good.
Ocean's 13.
Yeah, he's
Gotta
good
love
in
him in
that.
Ocean's 13.
Yeah.
Billy Bank.
You dang right.
I think Heat's my answer, but I gotta
Heat's
think if I'm
great.
forgetting. I gotta be forgetting a movie or two though. But Heat's so good.
I mean, Scent of a Woman is outstanding. That's an outstanding
Do
film.
your impression?
Hoo-ah.
Yeah.
No, do your impression of Pacino.
I just did.
What?
Hoo-ah.
Do your impression of Al Pacino.
I just did.
What?
I don't
You
get the bit.
He doesn't get it.
You're saying
What
who?
I mean,
You're saying who?
And he's like,
You don't get it.
Who?
It's like a common antenna B bit, but
Yeah.
That's above my.
they're quicker. The news is next. Marnie should be here shortly. Paris should be here shortly. One more segment with Johnny Kriesel. The Vikings took guard Donovan Jackson last night out of Ohio State at pick 24. The Wild crushed the Vegas Golden Knights 5-2. And, of course, the Wolves and Lakers square off at Target Center tonight in Game 3. That series is tied at 1. Chris does the news after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
Hello, darlings. Pack your suitcase for a new season of the Hulu original reality series Vanderpump Villa.
Let's do this. Ciao, it's Stassi. Of course Lisa brought in her favorite to be resident chaperone of the castle.
Stassi is an icon. She's my eyes and ears.
I love this.
Get ready for the luxury and drama that awaits us in Italy.
Cheers to all the toxic couples in the castle.
Season 2 of Vanderpump Villa is now streaming on Hulu.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
Do you own a business that's ready to thrive? It's time to let Intuit QuickBooks take things like unpaid invoices and tracking expenses off your plate so you can take things to the next level. Intuit QuickBooks is an all-in-one business platform that can help with those day-to-day tasks like invoicing and expenses. Manage and grow your business all in one place. Intuit QuickBooks, your way to money. Money movement services are provided by Intuit Payments, Inc., licensed as a money transmitter by the New York State Department of Financial Services.